Hey guys, it's Adam with Bourbon Talk. Today we have a wonderful bottle of Barrel Bourbon that I was able to pick up here in Texas. Now the cost, this one is a little pricey. It came in about $80. And the bottle itself is a nice looking bottle. I was able to get this one at a place called Specs. It's my first time in one today. Real nice place. Huge selection. So if you're ever in Texas, stop at a Specs and you might be able to find your favorite bottle at a relatively good price. Now they do charge less if you pay with cash than if you pay with card. If you're military like me, then it's the same price, so it doesn't matter. But Barrel Bourbon, back to it. Now Barrel Bourbon, it is a source whiskey. Barrel Craft Spirits, what they do, they're in their or that they or at least their company's in Georgetown, Kentucky. And what they do, they go and they find different barrels of bourbon that they can buy, and they go ahead and bottle it at cask strength and release them in batch numbers. So this is batch 9. I've never had it before, and I did do a little looking to see, what was this, what Barrel Bourbon was really all about. And come to find out, they are producing one of the better, source whiskeys out there. Now, you guys probably know I'm a big fan of Smooth Ambler's, release of Old Scout. So I'm hoping this one is just as good, if not better. Now, batch 9. Batch 9 is a high corn mash bill. I'll go ahead and pull that up for you right now. Just give me 1 second. I know it's going to take a minute. Okay, the mash bill. 75% corn, 18% rye, and 7% malted barley. This one's going to come in at 112.1 proof. And the batch 10, I think it's only like 90 something proof. And I could be wrong, so if I am, I'm sorry. So when I was looking through the case, I was like, a cask strength, 13-year-old, age-stated bourbon. The only thing I didn't like, it is source whiskey, but again, some of the ones I've tried lately have been pretty good. So I'm hoping this one lives up to it. Again, this is an unopened bottle, so we're going to go ahead and break it open. I said batch 9. My bottle is 5103. It is aged 13 years. I don't know if I can get it open. Here we go. Lovely sound. We have our whiskey glass here. And pour us a little bit. This review is going to be just like a lot of other ones. We'll talk about the color, we'll nose it, we'll taste it, we'll see how the finish is, and then I'll kind of give you a score and some final thoughts. Now this one, I've got a piece of paper here. The color, it's almost a slight amber orange color. You probably can't see the legs on the glass. They're fairly short. Yeah, you're not going to be able to see it. So the legs aren't long, and if you guys are wondering what legs are, so when you swirl it around and you get some of the spirit here on the side, it'll start dripping down. And sometimes those longer legs will kind of be indicative of a sweeter bourbon. Go ahead and nose it. Right off the bat, toasted nuts. There is some fruit flavors in there. Now, this company describes it as like a plantain. I'm not a fan of bananas, so I can pick out a banana flavor or a smell, in the most minute detail, and I'm not getting that. I would call it maybe an apple pearish. You get oak. The nose is wonderful. Yeah, definitely oak in there. Toasted marshmallow. And of course, the toasted nut. Maybe a hint of vanilla there in the back, but it's not prominent. And you're not getting a whole lot of alcohol smell. You know, some of those bourbons that you have, they're like right in your face. This one, no, not so much. I guess I can see why they would call it a toasted plantain on the nose, but I don't really think that's probably accurate. I do get the toasted marshmallow, the toasted nut, the oak, a little bit of vanilla. Of course, you get some sweetness there in the back with some brown sugar, almost like a brown sugar butterscotch. But there's some fruit notes that are in there that are kind of right up front, but they are a little hard to discern. I would call it an apple pear kind of smell. Definitely not plantain, I think. But I guess you can really label it whatever you want. Alright, let's go ahead and give this a try. Alright, so you do get some of that alcohol flavor. It's staying kind of close up in the front of my mouth. You get oak, toasted nuts, almost like an almond. I would probably call it an almond. A little bit of marshmallow. A little bit of that vanilla, but I'm getting some fruit notes up front too. That apple, pear kind of fruit is there. The oak. As we kind of come across, you come through the mid palate and you're coming down through the finish. The finish, it lingers a little bit. It's definitely medium, maybe a little on the longer. The heat doesn't stay with it too much. And I'm getting a little bit of a leather tobacco. Let's go one more. It's quite good. It's a little different than some that I've tried, which I like. From some of the stuff I've read, some people call it an older George Dickel. I've never had that myself, and they said you really need to like George Dickel to really, really enjoy it, or at least one person said it. So I don't know how much that holds together, and I don't know if that's true. I know George Dickel is a source bourbon, and it might be blended, and if I'm wrong, correct me. But if that's what George Dickel tastes like, I probably need to pick up some because it's really good. Like I said, all the flavors work well. You got a lot of freshness of fruit. You got some toasted nuts, some marshmallow. You have the fruit flavors kind of dancing there, so everything kind of works in harmony. It's not over oaked. Being 13 years, you definitely get it, but you're not getting it. It's not overpowering at all. It's a very nice bourbon. Would I buy another bottle at $80? Probably not. I don't know. I'd have to be in a mood to buy another bottle. This bottle will probably last me, at least a year, if not longer. Because I'm only going to drink it when, a special occasion or I have friends coming over and I want to give them a real nice aged whiskey. Do I think it's worth the price to purchase once? Definitely. You know, you're looking at a cask strength 13-year bourbon. It's quite good. And if you don't have a bottle, I recommend picking one up. And that's pretty much all I have about this one, guys. Again, this is Bourbon Talk. If you haven't seen our other reviews, go ahead and check them out. It's alright, I'll wait. Alright, guys, cheers.